A lot of women have lost touch with their true value because they're doing the same thing that others are doing, thinking it'll give them happiness. But it won't, because it's not coming from you. When you connect deeply with Devi, you don't have to fear anything. She has created everything in the world and she'll take care of it.
Why are women so unhappy today, even despite seeing it all, knowing it all?
A woman's true intelligence comes out only when she's relaxed. I say relaxation, I mean stillness. So when you have stillness inside, you will have stillness outside as well. There's a difference between knowing and believing. Whatever you believe about yourself, you will tend to doubt it. Whatever you know about yourself, you will be absolutely clear, this is who I am, because these are facts. The worst part is that if you do not know how to make your own decisions, others will end up making your decisions. And when there's so much of things going on in your head and you don't even know which one to focus, I would suggest you do this, okay? Take a deep breath in and
Namaste. My name is Apurva, and I am a student of the She Said No program. And today I welcome you to the very first episode of the She Said No podcast. This program completely transformed my life and it made me who I am today, a woman with grace and power. I am blessed, and it is my great honor to be with my guiding force in this journey of saying no with grace, Acharya Raashi, who is here to empower all of us here present with the divine knowledge of being powerful, graceful, and guiding through these testing times. And I welcome Acharya ji to today's podcast. Pranam Acharya ji.
Namaste Apurva. Thank you for the introduction. I feel privileged to share the knowledge and the wisdom that I have gained over the last 10 years and all the life experiences and all the lessons that I've learned that help me unlock my higher potential. I'm very excited to share all that knowledge with all of you all here today. And let's invite Devi to our podcast today to bless us with all the knowledge and wisdom that all the women need to unlock their highest potential. Let's get started. Om Aim Hreem Kleem Chamundai Viche. Om Aim Hreem Kleem Chamundai Viche. Om Aim Hreem Kleem Chamundai Viche. Jai Ma.
Thank you so much, Acharya ji. And can we just set a little bit of context for our viewers today? Why are we gathered here today? What are we trying to do today for all the women?
Today, we are going to talk about a very important topic, in fact, an urgent topic that needs to be addressed, which is for women to know their true value in the world, their true power that they carry, but it's unawakened. And that's the topic we're going to talk about. Um, Also, we're going to talk about the problems women are facing in their life right now and how they can solve it. I hope this video reaches a lot of women who are looking for the answers to their questions.
Acharya ji, let's dive deep into the questions. Why are women so unhappy today, even despite seeing it all, knowing it all?
Let's first understand what is happiness and where does it come from, right? So, according to yoga, there are three kinds of happiness. Okay, the first kind is called tosha, and the tosha comes from yourself, like the happiness that you give yourself. Like, let's say your salary comes and you go buy some nice clothes for yourself, you spend on buying other things for yourself, or you give yourself some kind of a self care, and you travel. So anything that you do by yourself and which gives you happiness. Okay, so that's tosha, and tosha is just 5% of the happiness that we can experience. Okay, the problem with tosha is that it can lead to a lot of greed, and it is not a sustainable form of happiness, because how much happiness can you give yourself without others, right? And also what happens with tosha is that a lot of women now are overspending, because they may not have much responsibilities onto themselves, because they only take care of their own expenses. They don't have a family to look care of, right? Young women who have started, who have joined the workforce, they're working, so they overspend, thinking that this will make them happy, and they go broke, and this happens, right? That's why tosha is not a very sustainable form of happiness. The second form of happiness, which is called mudita, which happens when you do something to another person, and you help them, or you share a knowledge with them, or simple as just helping them with small things, and you see joy in their face, you know you see gratitude in their face, and that makes you happy. It can even mudita can even happen when you make a child laugh, right? When the child is joyful,
Yes.
you feel happy. So that's mudita. And mudita is better than tosha, because you are giving value to some person, to something, and in return you are feeling happy. Okay, but even mudita is not a very sustainable form of happiness, because you end up giving more and more and more, and you won't be taking anything in return. Okay, so this is mudita is great to start with, but what should happen next is ananda. Ananda is the only sustainable form of happiness, where there is an exchange of mudita, which means that you share your value to others, and the other person share value to you. So you feel gratitude for them, and they feel gratitude for you. And in this exchange, there is mutual joy and there is mutual respect. Okay. So this is what leads to Ananda. Most women don't experience Ananda, because they don't know how to create this kind of a win win situation in their relationships. And if you see, the most crucial thing that one need to experience mudita and ananda is knowing their own worth, knowing their own value. What value am I going to share with the other person, right? So unless you know your value, you won't be able to share, and that becomes the basis of any happiness, knowing your true value. And for a woman, the true value is being a vidya. Okay, and I say being a vidya and not becoming a vidya, because uh, a woman is already a vidya. It's within her. Okay, so let me explain in short about what is vidya. Vidya means divine wisdom, or divine intelligence, or divine intuition. Okay, and it is divine because it has come from a very divine source, from Devi herself, and she is the Mahavidya of the entire universe. She's the intelligence of the entire universe, and a part of her is within all the women, and we all carry her own vidya in ourselves. Okay, and this vidya needs to be awakened. It's not awakened in all the women. It's very dormant, it's sleeping, because of lot of avidyas, okay, that we have gathered over the years of growing up. And avidya means lack of a proper knowledge. Okay, and which leads to a lot of ignorance. So we have collected so much of avidya that we have forgotten our vidya. We've forgotten how to be a vidya. A vidya is a woman who carries her divine wisdom and uses it, gives it to others, and helps them, guides them, directs them into the right path. And such women become Vidya Vaahinis, which means the women who carry or who flow into the world, into her community with that wisdom. So, being this Vidya, a woman who has awakened the divine wisdom within her, is is a true value that a woman can bring into the world. And if you see that a lot of women have lost touch with their true value, and that's why they have lost their happiness as well, because they're doing the same thing that others are doing, thinking it'll give them happiness, but it won't, because it's not coming from you. So this divine wisdom is unique to each and every individual, and only when you awaken your vidya can you share it with the world, and can you be this woman of wisdom. Okay, so we can call this in Hindi Daivik Gyan, or in Tamil we call it Deiviga Jnanam. Okay, so that's the literal translation of divine wisdom. So you carry that jnana, with you wherever you go, and you use that to help others, to create a win-win situation for yourself and for others. That's when you're going to experience your true value, and that is the true power of being a woman, which is to be a vidya. I hope this answers your question.
Thank you, Acharya ji. That wonderfully answered the question, and it was quite nuanced and layered. It had many answers within it because I, as a woman, I know we've always been told that just give and don't think about receiving, give and stay in the state of mudita.
Yeah,
And that is where I think a lot of us get exhausted also. So,
totally.
Acharya ji,
Yeah,
just shed some light. What is it that women are actually lacking? Is it
yeah,
because of this wrong expectation that we always have to be the ones to give? Because the title of caregiver is also given to women. Is
yeah.
it the reason why so many of us are exhausted? And what is it that we are actually lacking?
Yeah, so you're very right about that observation that a lot of women are exhausted, and that's exactly what is lacking in women right now. So, women are lacking groundedness or stillness or relaxation a big time. Okay, women are exhausted beyond uh, explanation, and it's time that we stop that, you know, because a woman's true intelligence comes out only when she's relaxed. So if she's not relaxed, she cannot access this part of her, and she will just be reflecting everyone else around her. And when I say relaxation, I don't mean just plonk yourself on a couch and scroll your phone endlessly, half an hour, 1 hour. No, that's not what I mean by relaxation. When I say relaxation, I mean stillness. You know, let's say, for example, you drop your key in a pond, okay, and then you put your hand inside and you keep stirring it. What will happen? All the dirt will come up, right? And you can't find your key. So, what do? You let the dirt settle, and that's when you can find your key from the pond. The same way, whatever answers that you're looking for in your life, it's there within you, and you're unable to see it because it's all, muddy inside, because you're unable to organize your thoughts. You don't have that stillness. So when you ground yourself, when you root yourself, and when you become still, that's when you're going to find the answers to all the questions that you're looking for, in your life. And this is missing in today's women big time. And because of lack of uh, the time to relax, they are lacking self reflection. And if you don't reflect upon yourself every day, how did I do today? How did that conversation with that person go? Did I do well? Did I miss something today? If you do not have that time to reflect upon yourself, then you are not going to grow. You will be taking in the energies and the characteristics and the features of everyone else around you as a quick way to cope up with life, and you will keep going on and on autopilot. And that's why women get overwhelmed, because you don't have uh, control over what information you're receiving, and how much of those information have you processed, how much of those information have you discarded. You need stillness, to experience uh, all of this. Okay, so let me teach you a very simple technique. to become still. If let's say you're in the middle of a lot of work and a lot of disturbance are coming, that's something that we did also, Apurva, before starting this shoot. There was a lot of obstacles and
Yes.
disturbances, and what we did was to collect ourselves and sit in silence for just a few minutes, 3 to 4 minutes. We sat and everything else calmed down right after that. So when you have stillness inside, you will have stillness outside as well. Okay, so for the viewers, let me give you this very simple breathing technique. Okay, so when there's so much of things going on in your head and you don't even know which one to focus and which one not to focus, I would suggest you do this. Okay, so the first technique is that take a deep breath in and hold the breath as long as you can. Okay, without suffocating yourself, so without choking, and hold your breath as long as you can, and the moment you cannot hold any further, let your breath go very gently. Okay, not all in one go, but very gently. Okay, so let's just do it now. Okay, do it with me also, Apurva. So take a deep breath in, hold as long as you can. When you can't hold further, breathe out very slowly, gently. Let's do it another time. Let's do it one last time, the third time. Breathe in, hold, breathe out like a mist, very gently when you can't hold it further. Okay, how are you feeling now after doing these 3 breaths?
I feel very calm, like, all the stress in my body, it just kind of melts away. And you can just see like where all you kind of held yourself and you like twisted yourself and tightened yourself. And just, let it relax, let it ease out. There's no point holding on to so much, just let it go, just let it go with the breath.
Yeah, exactly. That's what will happen when you simply do this breathing. And along with this breathing, I want you to notice how much tensed your scalp is. Okay, just relax your scalp. Just let go and relax your scalp. Yeah, this is another easiest way to you know relax the tension. And now let go of all the tension from your feet, from the bottom of your feet, and relax all the tension from your palms. How do you feel now?
It's suddenly like blood has started, flowing again to these areas. Like suddenly I could sense my hands becoming alive again and my head becoming so relaxed. And for the
Yeah,
longest of time, I wasn't able to even relax my feet. My feet were always
yeah,
so cramped and tensed up, and I was like, how do I relax my feet? Come on, get it relaxed. And the moment I achieved that relaxation, it felt so good. It felt so loose, and I was happy to feel alive in my body and not in pain.
yeah, yeah. This was the one of the first lessons you learned, right? When you came to She Said No.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is what women need right now, and this is the first foundation on top of which you can build anything. Without this foundation, there's nothing you can build on top. If you put any skills on top without the relaxation, it's going to collapse, because you're going to be overwhelmed. Even with learnings that can change your life, you won't be able to absorb those lessons. And that is why I have a 7-day root and rice challenge. So in this challenge, I'm gonna help you understand how to ground your energy, and how to relax your body. And only when you can do that, can you learn how to say no to all your internal you know blocks, internal negative beliefs that you hold about yourself, all the avidyas that you have learned over the years, the conditioning, the trauma, the the negative beliefs about yourself, and the lack of confidence and procrastination, lack of discipline, fear, a lot of fear you all have. All of that, you can say no to all of that only when you have relaxation. Okay. So my first level of she said no is called Vidya Shuddhi. Okay. So Vidya Shuddhi is when you will learn how to purify your internal environment of all the avidyas that you have accumulated over the years. And finally, when you remove all the dirt of avidya out of your system, will your vidya start to shine. Okay. And for that, you need relaxation. That's why I will only teach women who can make time for relaxation, and who can make time for self reflection. Okay. And that is the most important thing that women need, which is to relax. And that's what they're lacking right now. And the second thing that women are lacking big time is uh, how to structure their thoughts, how to think through their life's problems without drowning in emotions. Emotions are a biggest avidya. Emotions lead to a lot of problems in your life. Okay. And you need to know how to navigate through emotions and come to a place where you can act upon things. So if you cannot act upon things, and you're continuously drowning in one emotion or the other, like for example, self pity, feeling sorry for yourself, and or anger towards other people, or jealousy, like comparing yourself with others and thinking how come they got it better and not me. And so all these kind of emotions, if you keep drowning in them, you will never be able to take your life forward, and years will pass and nothing would have changed in your life. Okay. That's not what I want for you. And for that, you need to know how to think through all your life problems, and how to structure your thoughts, how to understand why you have those thoughts that you have, and how to close the thought loops. Okay. And this skill can only be implemented when you have relaxation. And that's why I say relaxation is a foundation of all the learning that you can have. The next thing that women are lacking right now is the ability to say no to all their internal obstacles. Okay. They don't know how to say no to all of that. Like for example, they want to be disciplined, they want to be consistent, they want to do their practices well, and but they can't. They're unable to say no to their own internal excuses. And let's say they start a diet, in a few days they quit, and they feel guilty about it. So they don't know why they are not being consistent with themselves. Okay. To those kind of things, you should know how to say no. Okay. And that's that the ability to say no is lacking. And the next thing that is lacking in women is the ability to listen to their own heart. Okay. I call it the Hridaya Vakya, which is the speech of your heart. Your heart is continuously saying something. Okay. It's showing the mirror of your life, and it is continuously saying, hey, that's not right, that's right, do this, do that. Okay. don't do this, please don't meet that person right now, and this is not the kind of work that you should be doing. So many things your heart is saying, but you're not listening to your heart. You don't even know how to listen to your heart, and you don't know what to do with that sensations your heart is throwing at you, and you don't even know how to deal with those sensations. Okay, and so you end up making wrong decisions about your life, and you end up in places where you shouldn't be, and that's a big problem that women are facing right now. And uh, also women are lacking mentorship. Okay, uh, there are only two mirrors that we can look at. Okay, the first mirror is your own conscience, your own heart. It keeps saying something. You have to listen to your inner conscience. That's your first mirror. The second mirror is your mentor. Okay, your mentor will show you the things that you are not able to see about yourself. You will not be able to see all the flaws, all the mistakes that you are doing yourself. You will say, I have anxiety, but I can tell you what you actually have is not anxiety, but a lack of solution to the problem that you are facing in your life right now. And that's why you need the mirror of your mentor. Okay, and Apurva, you have been learning from me, so what changes have you seen in your life from the feedback that you have received from me?
Uh, Acharya ji, the feedback that you have always given has always come from a place of care, love, and it's not just advice. It's something which is some it's going to really help me get out of whatever situation I was in. And most of all, you taught me how to evaluate a feedback, because people love to come and say you should do this, you should not do this. But how do you know that feedback is genuine? You taught me that basic understanding, how to judge a feedback, how to see whether that feedback is actually genuine. And you taught me the criteria that it should be from an expert and it should be from someone who really cares about you. And that
Yeah,
just helped me understand so much more that who really means better for you, who really cares for you. And as you said, mentorship is so important, because once I came to you with my troubles, with my issue, and you gave me a solution, I didn't have to think twice about it. I just had to act on it because I knew you meant the best for me. So it was not only something which really pulled me out of that situation. It was uh you can say like a shield, a kavach also, which helped me say no
yeah.
and get out of that situation also.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, thanks for pointing out the how this is a problem that most women face, is that they're getting advices and feedback left, right, center from their parents, from their boyfriends, their husband, or their family and their colleagues, and they don't know which one to listen to, which one to implement. And sometimes people give contradictory feedback. Some people say you should take that opportunity, and the other person will say do not take this opportunity. So you don't know which one to choose, which one you should not choose. And this is where a mentor comes into play. And when you have a mentor who you can respect, and who cares about you, and who has invested their time in helping you, then only those people you should listen to, and you should know if they are an expert in whatever they're helping you with. And those are the people you need to go to for feedback. And when you speak to them, you will not just get insights, but also they will help you see your future from the lens of your own decisions, and they'll help you and make you decide whether something is right or wrong for you. And this is what something women are lacking right now in their life. And the last thing I would say that they lack is divine connection to the source of all the creation, Devi herself. So I have Devis sitting here. They have graced their presence in our podcast today. I've invited them as well. So the connection that you have with your divine mother speaks volumes. And in the places where you are putting so much effort, you don't have to put so much effort when you have her grace on you. And when you connect deeply with Devi, you don't have to fear anything, right? Because she has created everything in the world and she'll take care of it, right? That's what women are lacking right now, and they think that they have to run the whole show by themselves, and they have everything on their shoulders and everything is run by them, and they have no help from a greater source, and they're unable to see anyone powerful enough to help them out. That's because you have to connect to the bigger power, which is Devi herself. And that's something, that connection is something that women are lacking right now. Apurva, I wanted to ask you this. So, you always say that you are able to connect with Devi deeply more than ever now. So, how has that impacted your life?
Uh, First and foremost, just being aware that she's there in every moment. She's there with you every second, and you just have to be open enough to listen to her and receive her grace. That shift was tremendous in itself. And after I joined the She Said No program, and I worked, and I just left everything to her, and I would just say, Devi Ma, please, I come to you for solutions, and this is something which is you know uh, obstructing me right now, and I really want to get out of it. What do I do? Solutions would come, and I would not be able to think of these solutions on my own. This was a divine intervention. And once you have experienced her, once you know that she's there, she's listening to you, she's taking care of you, you just have to be more aware and more receptive. It just makes everything much better. You know all the troubles are there because she wills it, and she's there to help you get out of it. It's there to shape you, not destroy you. And that mindset change in itself is all thanks to Devi. And ever since I have walked in this path, I have, under your guidance, I have learned more about Devi, and every day I see some Leela of Devi. In fact, even today, when I was going to collect flowers for Devi Ma, you can see the red one over here. I was just praying to Devi, and I'm like, I really need a red hibiscus today. Devi, please bless me with one red hibiscus. And I walked around the entire park. I did not get any flower. So I'm like, okay, Devi, this is your will. Maybe not today. And I was going back to my home, and on the stairs, there is no plant. There is no hibiscus tree on a concrete stair. This red flower was plopped there for me. So how do you
Wow.
explain this? There is no logical explanation. It
Yeah.
is all Devi's grace. So I'm just so blessed that I can experience her now.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So this is what every woman need to experience. They need to connect with Devi on a daily basis, and when you start talking to her, you will start being like her. And every woman is an embodiment of Devi, each and every woman. Okay. So, but you have to awaken her within you, and when you awaken your Vidya, you're awakening her as well. And the Devi and Vidya are the same. And when you awaken your Vidya, you will become Devi herself. And so this is something that I teach as well. And but as I said, everything is laid on the foundation of relaxation. So if you want to take up the 7-day challenge and take up my first level Vidya Shuddhi, then click the link in under this video, where you will talk to me or one of my team members, and they'll guide you on this challenge, and you will be doing it with a lot of other women. And this is a revolution in itself. Okay, I don't see it as anything other than a revolution, because women are not relaxed, they're losing their true essence, which is to be a Vidya, which is to be a guiding light in the world, a woman of wisdom in the world, and the world is dying because of that. So uh, if we don't relax right now, the world is going to is going to go towards destruction. Okay, so that's why I want to be uh, um, you know so that's exactly why I say I call it a revolution than anything else, because I want more number of women to go to places of nature, to ground themselves, to touch the trees, to sit under a tree and think about their life. You don't see women doing that very often, do you? When you go to a park, you don't see a woman alone sitting under a tree or on the lawn just chilling by herself. You don't see them, right? Because they're doing something or the other in their house by themselves. And that's exactly what is uh, screwing us all up. And it's your wisdom that gets carried into your family, into your children, and into the community, into your workspace, into everything. So if you don't bring that value, then you won't be feeling happy in your life. And uh, this is exactly is my mission that I've come on this earth to do, which is to help women become Vidya, and which is not possible if you cannot relax and experience and access stillness within you. So join the revolution, okay? Become the woman uh, who can who can experience calmness, stillness, and steadfastness within you, and who does not drown in emotions, and who's always absolutely clear about her life, about her decisions, about where she's heading, who she should be with, and everything that's bothering in your life, you should be able to see it through and be able to solve for yourself. And that's the kind of woman I'm looking for to train as well. And if you resonate with it, join the revolution by taking up the challenge, which is the Root and Rise challenge. That's for 7 days. So click the link below this video to join the challenge.
Acharya ji, thank you so much. I think you touched upon a very important aspect, is that women, they are trying to do everything for their careers. They're trying to do everything for their families, and still they're so unhappy. Is it because of what you said, that they're not relaxing, and they're not able to be themselves? Is that the reason why they're feeling so unfulfilled? Can you please shed some light on this?
Yes, yes, totally, totally. It's the only reason why they are not feeling fulfilled and they're feeling empty inside. It's because they're not sharing their true value, and they're doing what makes them feel weak. Okay, so only when you do things that makes you strong and makes you happy, uh, you will build energy, right? If you do things that makes you weak and makes you uh, feel sad about your life, and you have all the questions about where is my life heading, where am I going with all of these decisions, then you lose your happiness, right? So, and you lose your energy. As you keep losing energy, you will lose your beauty, you lose your health, you lose your money, and you lose people around you, and eventually health will deteriorate and people die. Haven't we seen this happen to all the women who have come on this earth before us? Our grandmothers, our mothers, they're all headed towards the same direction. Have you noticed? You're all, I mean, we're just doing things differently, but we're all headed the same direction if we don't prioritize relaxation, if we don't prioritize building our energy, if we don't prioritize knowing what makes us weak and what makes us strong. Like the mothers, the the grandmothers and the other women I saw growing up, they all had similar problems, but they never solved it for themselves. And I used to wonder why. I used to ask, why are you in this marriage if it doesn't make you happy? And I would be around maybe 6 years or 7 years old, and they would say, oh, keep quiet, you're a child, speak like a child. But I had wisdom beyond my age, and that was my Vidya showing up even at a very early age. And I knew exactly that these women are not happy. And I know why they're not happy as well. But they were refusing to accept, they were refusing to admit. And so they lived a very unfulfilling life. They lived a life of regret. They continuously complained about the people in their life, people around them. And they eventually had a lot of health issues, a lot of problems, and they lived a life of regret. And for me, when I saw this, that was a big alarm. Like, I don't want to end up like that. That's what I thought. I don't want to end up like that. And uh, I eventually headed towards the same path. And I could see exactly what was happening to them happen to me as well. And that's when I found my guru, who taught me everything I need to know to have a path of my own, to create a path of my own where I live a fulfilling life. And for that, the first skill that I need to learn was relaxation, and understand what are all the things that I'm doing that makes me weak, and what are all the things I should do that will make me strong. And this is exactly one of the things that I teach my students as well, how to create a energy balance sheet. And you also did it, right,
Yes.
Apurva?
Yes.
So this finding out on a daily basis what makes you strong and what
Yes.
makes you week. So how did that make you feel when you did that? What happened when you did that exercise?
Like you said, Acharyaji, you talked about how important it is for a woman to be reflective, have a self-reflection. So
Yeah,
this exercise actually, you know, helped me reflect on my actions, and not only on my
yeah,
actions, on my thoughts, on my words, on how I am dealing in an environment. And there is a energy transaction in everything. Just as you have said, there is Ichha Shakti, there is Kriya Shakti, there is Jnana Shakti, and Shakti is energy. And if any of this is negative, or it is pulling you down, it drains you. And that is where I had to, observe that this is not empowering me. This is pulling me down. And I need to say no to this, because if I don't say no,
yeah,
I am just going down into a self perpetuating circle where I'm just going to keep on losing energy, and I'm not going to be happy in the end of the day. So, this
yeah,
exercise really helped me pinpoint where I am, and where am I putting my energy, and just to say no, because it's not what I want to do. So the self reflection exercise was very crucial for me, and it really opened my eyes to see how I'm dealing with not only myself, internally and the people around me. And a lot of it was just within me to say no. And that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So only when you have a account every day of what all things are making you strong and what all things are making you weak, and you stop doing all those things that makes you weak and you only do things that makes you strong, you become someone who will go from strength to strength to strength every single day, and you will build so much energy every single day that you will be uh, creating a big energy field around you where everything else will just fall off. Every other problem will just get easily solved. And that's something a woman should develop. And only when you have this self reflection, time for self reflection, can you do this. And when you reflect on yourself, can you remove all your avidyas, say no to all of them, and awaken your vidya. And only if you live as a vidya can you have a fulfilling life. Yeah, so I hope this answers your question.
Yes, Acharyaji. Thank you so much for the beautiful answers you're giving. And I just want to take it one step further, is
Yeah.
help the women, help our audience understand what is the difference between self-reflection and self-doubt. Because a lot of us, when we think we are reflecting, is actually we are doubting ourselves. We are doubting whether we are good enough, whether we are doubting whether we've done well,
Hmm.
whether we are decent enough. That's
Yeah.
not self reflection, and with your help I understood that. So please share this knowledge with all of us to help us differentiate between self doubt, why do women self doubt themselves, and how to make a distinction between self doubt and self reflection.
Yeah. So let's first understand, where does self doubt come from, right? um, Let me just ask you a simple question. uh, do you doubt that your name is Apurva?
No, I know my name is
Do you
Apurva.
doubt? Yeah. Do you doubt you are a woman?
No,
Okay. Do you doubt that you live in New Delhi?
no, I
Yeah.
know.
So, exactly, right? That's the difference. There's a difference between knowing and believing. Whatever you believe about yourself, you will tend to doubt it. Whatever you know about yourself, you will be absolutely clear, this is who I am, because these are facts. Your name is a fact, your gender is a fact, the place where you live is a fact. Okay? So you will not be questioning these facts, but you will be questioning beliefs about yourself. Like if you believe that I believe I'm a kind person, but you'll be doubting. But the way I spoke to the auto guy the other day, I don't believe I'm a kind person. So when you have opposing beliefs about yourself, the self doubt comes. But when you know exactly who you are, what you stand for, what are your skills, what are your abilities, what are your strengths, what are your shadows, then you will no longer have self doubt. The difference between self doubt and self reflection is that in a self doubt, you will go in loops round and round and round, doubting yourself, and you will never be able to come out of it and take an action. But when you have self reflection, it will lead you to clear cut actions. Okay, this is what I've been doing, this is what I should do next, this is what I shouldn't do at all. So you will have clear cut direction when you reflect upon yourself. But to overcome self doubt, you need to self reflect on yourself. Self reflection is a tool to overcome all the avidyas. And one of the avidya is the self doubt, where people have planted some ideas about yourself and now you started believing it. Okay? Someone said that you are an arrogant daughter. And someone said that a school teacher in 7th standard would have said, you know, this girl is adamant, okay, and now you will start believing it. And there'll be someone, in the past would have said something like, this girl will not be successful. I doubt, So yeah, she will not be very successful. I don't think she'll ever be that successful. Now you'll start believing that about yourself, and you want to be successful, but you'll doubt yourself. Can I be successful? Can I not be successful? I don't know, right? So the self doubt comes when you do not know about yourself. You don't know whether you can trust yourself or not. Okay. The solution for that is know yourself, spend some time with yourself, and understand who you are, what you stand for, without the voice of other people. Okay, let's say there is a situation, and you think that if I take up this opportunity, I can do well and I can succeed. But a voice will come from your father or from your siblings or from your friend, says, maybe that is too difficult for you, maybe that is too out of your skill level, maybe you should tone it down. Maybe it's too difficult, that maybe it'll take too long for you. Whatever beliefs they must have planted in you, and now you'll start doubting your own capacity. So now if you go and get in touch with that part of you which trusts yourself, the self trust, like, have I ever been able to do something difficult in my life before all these voices came into my life? Let's say in your childhood you would have done something heroic which you must have forgotten. But when you go back to that, uh, uh, when you go back to that memory, that incident, you will know that you actually have done something that was beyond your skill level. You would have memorized some 10 pages of some poetry, and said it in front of your classmates, or you must have won some prize for some beautiful drawing that you did, right? When you go back to those instances, you will see who you have been before all of these noises settled inside your mind. And you will exactly see who you are. And that authenticity, when you understand who you are, then you will start to awaken your Vidya. Okay, so self doubt is just not knowing who you are. And when I say it, I'm saying knowing and not believing. I don't believe in beliefs. You don't have to believe anything about yourself. Just know it for yourself. And if you do not have evidence, go actually do the thing that you know that's causing you self doubt, and see for yourself. Don't believe it. Just know who you are factually. I hope this answers your question.
Thank you so much, Acharya for answering with such grace and giving great insight on this topic. And I would like to ask another question, another burning question is that why do women live the way they do right now? Why is it that they're taught to doubt themselves, and why are we conditioned in the way we are today?
Yeah, I mean, see, women so far have been taught to uh, grow up as a good girl, as a good woman, and get married, have a child, take care of the child, and give everything that you can possibly give to that family, and die. Okay, so now they're asked to be a good girl, study also well, go to college well, and get good marks, go to good work, job, like get a good package, and be busy while getting married, while having a child, while taking care of the family, while giving everything to the family and to the workspace, and die. Okay, so it's just more duties have been added to to the life women are supposed to live. But it's time to break that now. How do you break it? It's not by rebellion, but by knowing who you are and what should be your path. Okay, and not just follow the path blindly of what is being said to you, but create your own path. And that is exactly what is not being taught to women. And how will women know this? By being still, by being relaxed. And only when she's relaxed will she know that is this path right for me? Is this the way that I should be going? Is it the kind of people that I want to be with? Is it the kind of job I want to be doing? All that kind of questions will come to you only when you are relaxed and when you are stillness. And that's why I keep if you're going to listen to me, you're going to listen to more of this. Okay, because I already said it's a revolution that I want to bring about this world, where women find their inner stillness and inner calmness, where they can see what's going right in their life and what is going wrong in their life. And that is not being taught to women. This discernment, and in yoga we call it viveka, okay, to know what is right and what is wrong, is not there. And this is a very powerful tool that a Vidya has. When you awaken your Vidya, you will see clearly what is right and what is wrong, and you will guide yourself first, and you will guide your family, you will guide your partner, and you will guide your team, you will guide your colleagues into the right direction by being the wise counsel, the wise person around them. Okay, so when you but now it's time to teach yourself this. And that's why I have this course where you can learn it from me, how to make right decisions, how to create a clear path for yourself, where you exactly know that each and every step that I'm taking is right or wrong. Okay, and you don't need anyone's external validation to know, am I doing my life right? Is it the right thing to do for me, right? That question shouldn't be there. And women are not taught this at all, and that's really sad. But we don't have to blame anymore, because the knowledge is there. There are people who are teaching it. I'm one of them. Come learn and become absolutely clear about your life path. That's the lesson that you need to start learning.
Acharyaji, a follow-up question to this.
Yeah.
What would happen to a woman's life if she doesn't follow this path? What would be the end of her story be like?
The end of the story would be, let's not even go at the end to the end. Okay, let's just see how your life would be if you do not uh, awaken your Vidya. Okay, and awakening Vidya means that you have inner calmness, inner stillness, and you have viveka, and you can see clearly, you can hear your heart clearly, what is it saying, and how it wants to lead you to the right direction. When you don't listen to all of those things, you're giving away your power to the hands of others around you. And the worst part is that if you do not know how to make your own decisions, others will end up making your decisions for your own life. And this is something my guru told me very early in my life, and the day I heard it, it was a shock to me, because that's the last thing I want for myself. Like others deciding my future, what should I be doing, and who should I be meeting, how should I be dressing, how should I speak, how should I put my hair. I don't want anyone else to decide those things for me. But if you don't decide for yourself, if you don't take charge of your own life, if you don't experience that power you have within you, you give it off to others. And you may be rebelling in your house, you may be fighting with them, but eventually, how long can you fight? You do not have that much energy to pull a fight for so long. At some crucial point, you're going to cave in, and that's the day your life is going to change, because somebody else would have made a big decision in your life, like when to have a child, whether to have a child or not, and how to bring about a child, what to even feed the child. Everybody else will be telling you, you'll be under constant scrutiny and constant criticism of people around you, and you will lose your own identity. You will no longer know who am I. Like I'm just a combination of all the decisions that people have made for me, but I don't know who I am. That's what will become. And that's what will lead you to have a life where you feel empty. Even if you have succeeded in your career, even if you have done something to your life, you will still feel empty and unfulfilled, because you haven't lived your life and others are living their life through you. And eventually you will end up living a life of regret and follow the same path that your ancestors, your elders have followed. Your mothers and your grandmothers and the aunts that you've seen and died have followed. That's what will happen if you don't awaken your Vidya.
So, Acharyaji, are you saying that for a woman to explore her full potential, she must become a Vidya?
Absolutely, being a Vidya is the full potential, is the highest potential of a woman. That's it's a undefeatable power that women have inside them. It makes you valuable to everybody around you, and in people will respect you for bringing that energy and bringing that wisdom to the table. And that is an highest potential of of a woman, because you are being a devi yourself in your own house, and you're being a devi to your child. You're being a devi to your parents, your partner, and you're being a imagine like your team is having Lakshmi around them. What will happen to your team? Imagine your family has a Durga in their house. What will happen to that family? And that's the kind of energy, that's the kind of change, and that's the kind of impact that you will bring with your wisdom into the world. And what else is the highest potential than this that you can bring?
So, Acharyaji, is it possible for every woman to be a Vidya, or is it something which only few special women are born with?
Every woman who can awaken